Every one of these has the same story. They're real service businesses that they're usually the best kept secret in their market until we fix the way they showed up and followed up. What we do is different from agencies. We don't do the marketing for you and then you're dependent on us forever. We build the system with you, and when we're done, you own it, you run it, you don't ever need us ever again. That's the whole point. The system is called our local authority system, and I'm gonna walk you through every single piece of it right now, the strategy behind it, how it works, who it's for, and who it's not for, everything. So quick background so you know who I am and why you should even listen to me. My name's Fernando. I'm based in San Antonio. I work exclusively with contractors and local service-based businesses, not e-com, not SaaS. And we have worked with over 50 plus businesses in the home service and local service-based industry. We have shown and taught them how to run the exact system themselves. If you want to see client testimonials or past clients, you can look at my Instagram or YouTube videos to see what we have done and who we work with. We usually record a lot of videos and show you people who we've been working with. They should be in our description if you want to see below. So let me know if this is kind of sounds familiar. This is you. You do great work, client love you, but you get referrals. But also, you're just dependent on the referrals. I'm not saying they're bad or anything. They're really good, and that's how most contractors build their business, and they work until they don't. Referrals grew because your network and networks have a ceiling. You can't turn up the volume of referrals. You can't call your past clients and say, hey, refer me 5 more people like this month, and they'll do it. It doesn't work like that. It's very hard, and it doesn't always stay consistent. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. This is what most contractor businesses look like. Revenue grows from word of mouth, hits somewhere anywhere between 300 to maybe 500K a year, and then it flatlines. Doesn't matter how good your work is, the referral engine is usually maxed out, and here's the part nobody says out loud. It's not predictable. Once a month, and it feels like the whole thing could stop. You built your business on your skills, but you can't scale past the capacity of your own 2 hands and your own network. The busy stop marketing cycle looks like this. You're busy, and then you stop marketing, pipeline dries up, you panic, you start marketing again. There's always a lag period. Then you're busy again, and the cycle repeats every single quarter. The only way to break that cycle is always have a system, and that's what we help you do. Let's start with what most contractors try first, lead platforms. So first they try Angi, Home Advisor, Thumbtack, and here's what exactly happens. You pay anywhere from 25 to 65 a lead just to share them with other contractors that are just your competitors. So now it's a race. So either you're the first one there and you're closing right down on the spot, or you're the cheapest person because they're going to price shop you regardless. No matter what, they're always going to try to price shop you. And it's very hard to compete when there's somebody always willing to do it for half the price, for a quarter price, and you know they're going to do a horrible job. So it's always been like this. And Angi's has always changed their name. So first it was Service Magic, the Home Advisors, then Angi, because the model is broken. They know they're just trying to slap new paint on the same wall. So whenever you use these, you might close a couple jobs, but the amount of money you're spending, anywhere from $400 to $500 a week, you could get way more if you spent it on ads that just go directly to you. So after the lead platforms burn you, the next move is usually hiring some kind of agency. Let the experts handle it. So that's what everybody says. Here's what typically happens. You pay an agency $1,500 to maybe $3,000 for fancy dashboard. You get monthly meetings, slide decks full of words you don't really understand, like tropical cluster, domain authority, engagement rate, optimization. You're not through because the language is unfamiliar and you're not sure how to really push back. Besides just saying like, hey, we're not closing deals. 6 months later, your phone still isn't ringing. You spent 9, maybe 10 grand, maybe up to 20, and you can't point a single job that came from it. And the worst part, if you cancel, you own nothing. You own nothing. The content strategy, the ad accounts, the audience they built, it's theirs. You walk away with nothing and start from scratch. I've talked to lots of contractors who've hired 2 agencies 1 year, top dollar, nothing in return. Now they're so burned out, they refuse to spend another dollar in marketing, which means they're stuck back in their referrals, hoping the phone rings. And some agencies are good. Don't get me wrong. Like some agencies are really damn good. I'm not saying they're all scams, but the model itself has a problem. They're paying for dependency. The agency's incentive is for you to need them forever. Our model is opposite. We train you to fire us so you don't need an agency ever again. So now you're stuck. Competitors half as good as you get all the jobs because they show up in everyone's feed. So if the lead platforms, agency referrals are all the same fundamental problem, you don't own anything. You can't control the flow. Then what does actually work? The answer is something we call the local authority system. And it's not a tactic, it's a positioning strategy. Here's a concept. So what is local authority system? It's made for contractors, home service businesses that do real work and tired of being the best kept secret. Here's the concept. Right now, when a homeowner's AC breaks, or their kitchen needs a remodel, or the roof starts leaking, whose name do they think of first? Probably not yours. Probably whoever shows up first on Google or whoever their neighbor mentioned once. The local authority means becoming that name. The contractor every homeowner in your area already knows, already trusts, and already decided to hire before they even picked up the phone. So think about it like this. There are 2 contractors. There's one contractor A, does great work, No visibility. They're a commodity. When a lead comes in, they're competing on the price with 3 other guys, the homeowner shopping. And contractor B, great work, and they're visible. They've been showing up on homeowner's Instagram feed for 6 months, or maybe longer or shorter. The homeowner has watched them work, heard them explain the process, and seen the results. So when they've seen the results, when they need a contractor, they're not shopping. They already know who they're going to call. So usually they're going to call this contractor. They show up all the time. They call them directly. The gap between contractor A and contractor B isn't skill, it's just visibility. And here's the thing that should make you the most excited. Most of your competitors aren't posting, they aren't on camera, they're not doing anything. The bar for being the most visible is super low. Your market is very unsophisticated because they don't want to be doing this. You literally just have to show up consistently and it works pretty well. So here's our local authority system. We have consistent content, targeted visibility, and trust building conversion. That's the whole formula. You create content that positions you as an expert, use paid ads to put that content in front of every homeowner that is in your area, not trying to go viral where you get clients from other states that you can't really help. So there's no point in trying to go viral. And you have to turn those viewers into followers and into conversations, and then conversations into book jobs. That's what the local system is. So let me show you every piece. Before I get into the system, this is probably the most important thing I'll say in the entire video. Every agency, every platform, every lead service, they all want you dependent on them. They want you paying them monthly forever. If you leave, you start exactly from scratch. We built the system the opposite way. When you go through our local authority system, you own everything at the end. The ad account is yours, the content is yours, the audience is yours, the DM scripts are yours, the process is yours. We're not building our asset on your dime. We're building your asset, teaching you how to run it, and then you don't need us anymore. That's the goal. You walk away owning a self-run marketing machine. No more renting leads, no more hoping the phone rings, no more paying someone to do what you could have learned to do yourself. And that's what done with you means. Not done for you where you're a passenger. Done with you where we build it together and you drive it from then on. So here's the full system, every piece by piece. I'm gonna go through every section of it. I have a whole mirror board that explains the whole process. They work together as a pipeline, one feeds the next. So let me walk you through each one. So the first component, everything starts with content, but not just random content. Now you post a job site, photo, and hope for the best. We use 4 format system that covers every stage of the funnel. So format 1, which is behind the scenes. This is your day-to-day work, job site updates, before and after progress, walkthroughs, demolition, installs, your crew working, problem solving, everything that goes into a project. So example would be like, here's why we had to replace this entire subfloor before we started the new hardwood. This content makes homeowners feel like they're part of the process, builds a confidence that you know what exactly you're doing. And then format 2 is educational. This is where you answer the questions homeowners ask every day. So you teach them what to look for, common mistakes, and how to avoid costly repairs, and explain your process in simple language. You're not trying to impress other contractors, you're helping homeowners make a better decision. So an example, it could be a video that says 3 signs your deck should be replaced instead of repaired. So you usually have like an interview style of someone recording you explaining your process. And then format 3 is testimonial and results. This is what removes doubt. Show completed projects, client reactions, video testimonial, Google reviews, text messages, DM conversations, before and after transformations. This is content that takes you from someone I've been watching to I think you're the contractor that we want to work with. It's not very hard to do. Everybody usually makes this. People usually create, they take a screenshot of a Google review and clients saying good things about you, stuff like that, Angi reviews, stuff like this. Is usually what everybody knows how to do. It's not very hard. And then the fourth style that we always recommend having is lifestyle mission. So people just don't hire companies. Not every single time. They hire people. Show your family why you started the business, your crew, your community events, the values you stand for, and what motivates you to do quality work every single day. This is what separates you from every other contractor posting the exact same finished project that they could just copy, replicate. So an example would be like, I started this company because growing up, my dad taught me always leave people's homes better than the way you found them. And then you have, here's a couple examples of some of our clients. So now we go down to component 2, which is the follower ads. Once you have content, we turn on paid ads, but not the kind of ads you're thinking. We're not running lead gen ads. We're not trying to get someone to fill out a form and pray they answer the phone. Because I'm pretty sure if you ran ads, you do that and you get a lot of people who don't answer, they're full of junk, they're not that serious. That model is broken for contractors. And you end up paying anywhere from $60 to $120 per lead. Half of them are garbage and you're competing with everyone else running the same ads. Instead, we run follower ads. The goal is simple: get qualified homeowners in your area to visit your Instagram profile and follow you. At a recommended budget around 30 bucks a day, that's 900 a month. You can add 20 to 50 targeted local followers per day. In those 90 days, you'll build an audience around 2 to 3,000 homeowners who see your content, see your face, your name every single day. Compare that to Angi, where 900 gets you maybe 15 to 20 shared leads and you close maybe 1 to 2. One model builds an asset you own forever. The other resets it to 0 every month. And here's the key: these followers aren't random. They're homeowners in your area. When their AC breaks in August, when they want a kitchen remodel for the holidays, you're the contractor they've been watching for months. They already trust you. There's no let me get 3 to 4 other quotes. They call you directly. And that's the difference. That's the difference between chasing leads and attracting them. So now we go to component 3, the DM conversation framework. So you've got followers, they're watching your content. Now what? This is where most of the contractors drop the ball. They think, I'll just post and people will call me. And that's now how it works, especially on Instagram. The conversation happens in the DMs. We install a DM conversion framework. It's a structured process, not winging it and not being salesy. The flow goes like this. So step 1, someone engages with your content. They comment, they reply to a story, they DM you. And then from there, step 2, you respond with value, not a pitch. You answer their question, you help them out, or you have a kind of a conversation with them. And from step 3, you build trust by being natural. Natural conversations build trust. They start asking you questions about your services. You start asking them like a little bit about the area, where you're from. You start talking to him like a regular person, not somebody trying to sell on the front end. And then step 4, you offer actual help. You transition to a call and estimate, not buy my thing, but like, yeah, I could definitely help you out with that. Want me to take a look? So the whole thing is designed so the prospect feels like they reached out to you, because they did. Nobody pitches in DMs. That's why it works. We also use a tool called ManyChat, which is automation with keyword triggers. So when someone comments grow or ads on your post, they automatically get a DM with the next few steps. It's not really necessary, but it's easy to do if we want to get tech savvy. We want to do it pretty simpler. They automatically get a DM with the next step. It runs whether you're on a job site or identify their family. 70% estimates are probably going cold right now because follow-up is manual and inconsistent, which we recommend to do manually to start off, but once you get the hang of it, you can do something ManyChat to make it a little easier. This system automates the parts that should be automated and personalizes the parts that need a human touch. So from there, we go to component 4, the VA setup. Now, I already know what you're thinking, like, man, I am on the job site 10 hours a day. I don't have time to be in my DMs all day. And that's what a VA is for. We do a done with you setup of a virtual assistant. This person handles the part of the system that don't need you specifically. It's responding to initial DMs, posting content in your schedule, managing the ManyChat flows, qualifying leads before they even get to you. You're the face. The VA is the engine running behind the scenes. We don't say go hire a VA. We help you find one, train them on your system, and set up the SOPs and make sure it's running before we step back. By the end, your marketing operates daily, even when you're on a roof or under a house. So your VA will handle the content, DMs, qualify leads, manage ManyChat, and you do the actual work. When you do the actual work, go to job sites, give you actual pricing. So they don't replace you, but they help you out, because honestly, you are going to get overwhelmed with the amount of messages that do come in every single day. So after component 4, we go to component 5, which is retargeting. You stay on top of mind for all your clients or everybody that's like to reach out to you, and they don't forget about you, because not everyone converts immediately. A homeowner might follow you, watch your content for a couple weeks, then life gets busy and they forget, and that's pretty normal. That's where retargeting comes in. We layered a paid retargeting campaign on top of your follower ads, so people who visit your profile, watch your videos, or engage with your content but didn't take action, they start seeing your social proof content, case studies in their feed. Cold traffic sees your value content, they follow, and they see educational and social proof content organically. Retargeting hits them with your best client results, and then they DM you, have a conversation, and have book jobs. We try to do more direct offers with retargeting ads, because you're just trying to have a call to action that says, hey, if you're interested, send us a word, jobs or remodel or roofing or whatever it is. It's always on a system. Even when you're not posting that day, the retargeting is working. Even when you're not in your DMs, ManyChat is qualifying, the system doesn't take days off. And the cost? Retargeting is your cheapest traffic you'll ever run, because you're only showing ads to people who already know who you are. So we're talking about maybe $5 to $10 a day on retargeting. That keeps you on top of mind with every warm prospect in your pipeline. The last piece is the feedback loop. A system like this isn't set it up once and walk away. Your ad data shifts week to week. Your DM conversations reveal new objections. that you didn't expect. Some content pieces drive way more profile visits than others, and you won't know which ones until you look deeper into it. So every 2 weeks, what we do is we sit down with our clients and actually look down at their numbers. What's the follow rate on the ads? What's converting the DMs? Which content format is pulling the most engagement? Then adjust and repeat. And here's the thing, the contractors who win with this system aren't the ones who set it up perfectly on day one. Nobody does. They're the ones who treat it like a living thing. They tune it every couple weeks based on what data actually tells them instead of guessing or leaving it on autopilot. That's our whole local authority system. Content, follower ads, DMs framework, VA, retargeting, and a feedback loop. There's so 6 components, they work together, and once you understand how each piece drives the next, you can run this completely by yourself. So let me show you the math, because I know contractors don't buy concepts, they buy numbers. Option A, you use these lead sharing platforms, spend $900 a month and get maybe 20-30 shared leads. Maybe 5 to 6 actually answer the phone, and you close 1 to 2 jobs competing with 3 other contractors. Your cost per book job might be anywhere from $450 to $900. You own nothing, and next month starts all over again. Or you do option B. You spend $900 on ad spend, which is $30 a day, same budget as lead sharing platforms. You get anywhere from 600 to 1,500 new local followers in your area, not people nationwide or other states, people in your area that you can actually work for. You get 15 to 30 DM conversations per day from content and mini chat. You have a higher close rate because they already trust you and you don't compete with anyone. You own everything. The audience just grows every month. Almost 40% of Gen Z are using TikTok and Instagram. So if you are posting on Instagram, there should be no reason why you can't be posting on TikTok as well. Even though we don't use TikTok as much, it's still another short form platform that we recommend posting, but that's the conversation for another day. So Angi is a flat line. Every month costs the same and produces roughly the same amount. The local authority system is a curve. Month 1, you're building. Month 2, the audience starts engaging. And month 3, the DMs are flowing. And by month 6, your audience is so established that organic content alone is pretty much going to generate all your leads without much of ad spend. And that's the difference between renting and owning. With Angi's, you're renting leads monthly. With this system, you're building an asset that appreciates. So right now, Gen Z people are preferring these short form platforms over Google for local search. They're not Googling plumber near me like as much as they did back in the day. They're going on Instagram, looking for who feels trustworthy. If you're not there, you don't exist to an entire generation of new homeowners. So now you've seen the whole system. Let me be straight about who this is for and who this is not for. Because I'd rather save both of us the time. This is for you if you're a contractor. It could be HVAC, plumbing, roofing, remodeling, electrical, landscaping, concrete, painting, any service, home service trade that you could think of. And you're doing good work, but you know your marketing is holding you back. You're tired of depending on referrals that come when they feel like. You tried Angi's, Home Advisor, Thumbtack, and you're sick of paying for shared leads that go nowhere. You've been burned probably by an agency and you're skeptical, which is good. You should be skeptical. That skepticism means that you appreciate a model where you own everything and nobody locks you in. And you probably don't want to spend 5 to maybe 10 grand a month on Google ads, and you're willing to be involved. This is done with you. You're going to show up for our calls. You're going to film the content. You're going to be on camera, and you're going to learn how the system works. You're not hiring us to do everything for you, then just sitting back and hoping everything works well. That's what agencies do, and that's why you probably didn't get results back then. And they're probably using fake AI images or stuff that wasn't really you. This is not for you if you want a magic button, you want to pay someone and have leads fall in your lap without doing any of the work. That doesn't exist. And anyone selling you that is more likely lying. If you're not willing to be on camera at all, I can coach you through being uncomfortable. I can script everything for you, but you got to be willing to try. And if not you, then someone on your team that can to be that spokesperson. The content is a system. There's no version of this where you're going to be 100% invisible. If you're looking for a $500 a month service fee, that's not going to be us. Our local authority system is way more than that. With our bid out, the coaching, the content shoot day, the VA setup, everything, it's a real investment. But compare that to spending $1,500 a month for an agency for 12 months, that's almost $18,000, and you own nothing. We cost about maybe a third of that, and you walk away owning the whole machine. You're already booked out, and you don't need more work. If your problem is fulfillment, not marketing, this isn't what you need right now. If you're still watching and you're nodding your head, this was probably built for you. If you made it this far, you already know whether this is for you. I'm not going to try to hard sell you on why you should do this. That's not how we operate. Here's the deal. I only work with a few contractors at a time because this is real hands-on engagement, and I personally will be helping you through the whole process. I'm personally reviewing your content, your ads. This isn't a course where you get lost in the membership portal, so capacity is very limited. If you want to talk about whether this makes sense for your specific business, in your specific market, and your specific trade, you can either DM me on Instagram. My handle is @fernando.buildsgrowth, or you could click the link below and book a call with me, and I'll reach out personally. There's no pressure, there's no hardcore follow up, just a conversation between me and you about where the system fits for your situation. I built this because I believe that contractors who do their work deserve better than Angi leads and shady agencies. If you're one of those contractors, I'd love to help you become the go-to name in your market. I appreciate you watching. Let's go build something.